things started, is there anything anyone in there is brave enough to talk about what they want to start with? What's something in training that you'd like to learn how to do live that you are unsure how to create a practice for? Anybody? I don't get, you were the first one.
So just trapping the arms from the back and hand fighting from the back.
Beautiful. Let's start with that. Easy work. Okay, so just have a seat for a second. All right, before we get started, just something that I want to, those coaches here are learning how to create a practice. Anytime that we want to solve a problem, we first have to define it. So in this case, this gentleman said, I want to learn how to trap the arms from the back. That's something very specific. Now, if you didn't have knowledge about how that works, you could look at competition footage with the guy who knows who's good at it. You can even look at instructional to see what the process is. But regardless of what you did, you'd have to create some live way to train it. And typically, we start exactly in the problem that we want to solve. So in this case, we're going to start on our partner's back, and we're going to start with the arms already trapped so we can experience that, and then we're going to work our way towards it. All right? So we'll probably break this up into 2 or 3 games. So for the first one, we're going to start on our partner's back, which means we're going to start with our chest. I'm going to take this off for a second. Glued to our partner's back. We're going to start with an overarm grabbing our partner's wrist. We're going to start with an underarm grabbing our partner's wrist. The underarm, that leg, we're going to start with it trapped. Arm, we're going to cross our feet. Now, our only job in this game as the attacking player is to keep our partner's arm trapped between our feet and keep our chest glued to our partner's back. No matter where our partner goes, move around. We're going to stay attached, and we're going to try to keep that. You can do whatever you want with your legs and feet as long as you keep the arm trapped and you keep your chest on your partner's back. There's going to be no way to win this game. Defending player, your job to do one of 2 things. Take your arm out, just pull your arm free, or put your back on the mat. If your partner's able to put their back on the mat and you lose chest-to-back contact, you lose the exchange. You guys understand what I'm asking you to do? All right, so we're gonna train this. So grab a partner, start where I showed. Every time the defending player frees the arm or puts their back on the mat, you're going to change top to bottom, giving the other player a chance to try. Attacking player, you can adjust however you need to keep the arm trapped and to keep your back on their mat, or excuse me, their back, good gracious, your chest on their back. It's early, I haven't spoken yet, god damn. Every time the bottom player gets the arm free or puts their back on the mat, change. Good, just keep it trapped. If you lose it, freeze. You lose the game. Change. No, change. Every time the defending player frees the arm or puts their back on the mat, change. Yes, sir. Yep, so 1 over, 1 under, and put a wrist in each cross hand. Perfect. Now, on the underarm side, that's the leg we're going to trap with.
So here?
Yep. And to cross your feet or wherever, however you think is right. Your only job is to focus on keeping this stuck. You can move your hands however you want. You can move your feet however you want. But if you lose the arm, you lose the game. If he puts his back on the mat, you lose the game. Cool. All right? You can't win, so just hang on.
Oh, go for it. Fans, friends, people that hate us, like and subscribe, follow, buy some shit.
Now, we're going to start in the same situation, but now we're going to give the attacking player a win condition. We're going to do something with this trapped arm. So before we do that, one more thing. So part of the reason why trapping arms is critical is because when we're on somebody's back, as the attacking player, our arms have to do 2 things. I have to use my arms to stay attached to my partner, but I also have to use my arms to threaten my partner or get to a place where I can submit them. So by getting our legs involved and trapping the arms, we can use our arms in different ways. So we're going to start the same way we did before, guys, but I'm going to give you 2 ways to win. So, move this thing. Boop. All right. To win the game, we can do one of 2 things. With our legs, cross either one of our feet into our knee pit. So it doesn't matter which direction you do it in. It doesn't matter which direction. If you cross your feet into your knee pit, you win one side or the other. It does not matter. If you trap your partner's head and arm together with your foot caught in your knee pit, you win. The other way to win the game is to lock up the rear strangle. So the overarm goes around the neck, and then we lock it into the bend of our arm. Similar to what we do with our legs, right? So with the legs, we're locking it into the bend. Once we're around the head and arm, when we're around the neck, we're locking it into the bend. You don't have to finish it. You just have to complete the grip. Attacking players, does this make sense? Defending players, same as before. Get your arm free or put your back on the mat to win the game. Easy enough?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Change top to bottom every time somebody wins. Let's work. By multiple solutions, I mean different ways you could do it or different ways you must do it based on who you're training with. For example, if you're a long leg guy against a small person, the way your legs might orient to solve this problem would be different than if you're a long leg guy versus a really big round dude, you know what I mean? So this is what we mean by different. You're always having to try to figure it out. Now what we mean by figure it out is not the what or the why, but the how. I gave you the what and the why, right? The why was we got to get those arms out of the way so we can strangle. The what was what we're doing with our hands and feet. The how is up to you. That's training. All right? It wouldn't be like, all right, guys, let's strangle each other today. Go ahead and figure it out. It'd take you a lifetime. You know what I mean? What's up, man? So we're going to start in a cross grip position, which just means our grips go across the center line. Okay. So your underarm goes across, and then your overarm goes across. This is sort of a clue I'm giving you to sort of search this space. Okay. Every time you start in this shape. Try different legs, different angles to see where you feel comfortable.
Like hips,
yeah, just try different things. Once you find something that feels good, like, oh, I might be able to do it, like, keep repeating it that way.
Okay,
all right?
understood.
Until you find more success.
Understood.
So just like the previous stuff, we're going to start connected. We're going to start in the problem situation. So you stand up for me. We're going to start off with a continuous game for the bottom player. Bottom player, you're going to start with both hooks in between your partner's knees, and you're going to start with one hand on either ankle. It doesn't matter. Now, you don't have to stay here where you start. You can use your feet and hands any way you'd like. But your focus is to keep your hands connected to the body anywhere that you prefer, and try to keep the tops of your feet touching or the bottoms of your feet touching somewhere on your partner. And again, move however you have to stay connected. You can push and pull your partner with your feet as much as you would like, but you're not sweeping, you're not back taking, you're just staying connected. messing up your partner's position for as long as you can. Top player, you only have one goal. You have to separate all connections from you and get to the outside of the legs. So if you get to the outside of the legs and you're disconnected, you win the game. So you have to get out and get disconnected. As long as the bottom player has at least one connection, you keep fighting. Trying to put your feet back anywhere in front of the body. Do you understand what I'm asking you guys to do?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Wrist. If he's still holding onto the wrist, keep going.
If
If
me-
the bottom player still has the top player's wrist, keep
Yeah,
going.
man, if, like say I were like this and he's on the outside, yeah, because you can still orient your way back to where you're going. So the top player has to get to the outside. You guys know what control is. You guys know when you've been beat, right? So make that decision based on how you're experiencing it. But when the top guy gets to the outside, they win the game. Change top to bottom. Yeah? Does work.
There's no reset for the bottom player.
No reset for the bottom player. We just switch every time the top player wins. Keep playing. Keep playing. Remember, bottom guy can't win.
Last guy seems like he's winning.
Yeah, man. Good top guy, get to the outside of the feet. Get both legs to the outside of the feet on one side or the other. Successful. So in this case, we're going to do this for the next game. So we're going to start connected again, just like we did before. But this time, I have to do something 3 times. So I'm going to give you guys 2 directions you can potentially make your partner fall. So make your partner's hands touch or make their butt touch. And you have to do either 3 times. So not 3 each, either. It could be 2 butt down, 1 hand touch, 3 butt down, 3 hand touch, doesn't matter. Once we get 3 destabilizations, forward or backwards, hand touch, butt touch, bottom guy wins the game. So you're using your connections to pull them to their hands or push them to their butt. But with the same focus of always keeping the tops or bottoms of your feet connected. Bottom players, you understand what I'm asking you to do? Yeah? We're trying to keep all hands and feet connected. That's the goal, right? But it doesn't matter. We can make them fall with just one. If they hit with one, that's great. But we don't want to disconnect. We want to keep ourselves connected.
Sweep is fine to the bottom.
I want to help you understand something. De La Riva is something we call an experience we've had before. It's an experience of putting our hooks on our partner, our feet on our partner. Right now, who cares what we call it, what it looks like? If the bottoms of your feet and the tops of your feet are touching, whether you know it to be De La Riva or not, this is what we want. So keep your feet stuck to your partner in any orientation to achieve the goal of putting your partner down 3 times in either direction. Easy enough?
Yes.
All right, now top player. Your goal is to get to the outside, but specifically when you clear the feet, just go to the outside and freeze. You have to make contact with your partner's body with one of your shins, anywhere from the foot to the head. So once you're outside, he makes contact, that's a condition met. He has to do this 3 times in going different directions. So if he goes to his left for the first time and touches, he now has to go back to the right and touch, and then again, he's got to go back to the left. Now, it doesn't have to be consecutive like bop, bop, bop. He can take his time. Once he goes to the left and makes it, he can take as long as he wants to make it back to the right, but he must go right for the next one. Do you guys understand? So whoever gets to their 3 conditions first wins the game. Yes, sir.
Can we like go back and forth, or do they need to be like? Do I need to get 3 side to side before you get my hands to touch?
Yeah, you both are competing at who gets the conditions first. So you have to go
first
left.
to 3.
The first to 3.
Okay.
Okay, it doesn't have to be like fast. It just
But you have to touch both sides.
correct. So if I go left, I must go right. If I go right, I must go left.
And you have to go around the legs.
Around, you can't go around the head, yeah. And just for now, because that's what we're learning how to beat, right? Yeah, that's maybe fucking awesome. But you know, we were trying to learn how to beat those
I
feet.
shouldn't have asked. I should have just done it.
I know. Hey, no, that's what I would have done.
Both hands have to touch for the top player, for the guard player to get that to count?
No, only one, but here's the deal. It has to be initiated by the bottom player. So, for example, if my partner has his hand on the mat, I would have to get his other one to touch for it to count. So if I got the other one to touch, that would be a touch. But if he touches on his own, that doesn't mean anything. So you know when you initiate something, and that's what you're trying to pay attention to. Did I initiate? Did I achieve the outcome I was searching for? We had one more question over here.
He got me. That was it.
Perfect. Anything else? Did you forget what you did? Or do you guys know what I'm asking you to do? Could you remember?
Do it again. No, show us again.
No. Because you asked him, definitely not. Let's go. Top to bottom. Oh, all right, the other question.
Is it one hand or both hands that you need to touch?
No, it just has to be initiated by you. It doesn't matter if it's one or the other. So if you get connected, right? If he actually pulls on you and you touch, go ahead. That's him making you touch. But if let's say you have one hand down already, he would have to make that other one touch for it to count. Yes, so you have to be paying attention.
Drop step, like long step.
Listen, buddy, you can do whatever pattern of movement you want, but your only job as a top player is to get to the outside and make contact with your shin. You can put your hands down, but if he makes your hand touch, that's him. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legs have to escape?
You have to get both feet to the outside and make that contact. Yep. Good. Now we got to get to the other side and make that happen. Oy, oy, oy. You guys lost count already. Yeah. All right, let's move on. So now we're going to do one more open guard game, then we're going to switch to whoever has the question next. So now everything is going to be the exact same, but now we're going to be fighting over access to the hips. So for the bottom player, you can win this game in a few different ways. So first is we can get off our back and we can wrestle up. So again, we're starting on our back. Put your partner on their butt and go get their hips with your arms, or stay down. Put your partner on their butt and entangle. So entanglements, leg connection to the hip wins the game. Wrestle up wins the game, or put them on their butt and get your hands connected wins the game. Easy enough? So use the focuses we've done so far. Feet and tops and bottoms stay in contact. Push and pull the hands or butt. When they're in that process, we're looking for the hips. Bottom player, do you understand what I'm asking you to do?
Question.
Yes?
So if you knock them back, let's say you do lose connection and they re-guard, you just reset?
Just make it continuous. So for example, if I put him on his butt and I go to get up to get the hips, but he stands, I just go, I'm playing guard. So I need to go from the destabilization directly to the connection. If I come up and end up the top player, I have to sit back down and keep going. It has to be destabilization to connection or wrestle up to connection. But if I come to wrestle up and we separate, we're not up here hand fighting. I'm going back down to continue my task. Does that make sense to you? For the top player, same task as you've been doing. Your job is to try to clear the feet. Now this time, I don't care where you go, outside or inside. But once you do, your job's to go get the hips. Same thing. Get your hands connected around the waist. It doesn't matter how they're facing it. They turn away, hands connected. It doesn't matter what it looks like. If you lock your hands around their hips at any time as the top player, you win the game. Simple enough? Top to bottom every time somebody wins. Let's go. Good. Keep fighting to it. If you miss, go back to your guard. Keep going. Just make it continuous. Yep, keep going. Good.
Let me do like what's that? Let's go. Yeah. My bad. I need to be
Very nice, ladies. Very good. I got to protect you from your husband again. It's all right. All right. So we're starting with both feet in the middle and both hands on our partner's feet. Now, your first task is simple. No matter what happens, I want you to keep your legs in between your partner's legs at all times. We're trying to keep our feet inside here as long as we can until we see an opportunity to attach to the hip. Now, I'm going to give you something you have to do to win this game, okay? So we have to entangle both legs. So we have to go for one. Any entanglement, I don't care which it is, foot and knee, feet on the outside, or feet on the inside, I don't care. We just have to get initial attachment to whatever leg we're attaching to. After I entangle it, I have to stay connected, disentangle, and then entangle the other leg. Doesn't matter what the entanglement looks like. Feet and knee, both feet inside or outside. That's my only job. Do you guys understand what I'm asking you to do? Stay to the inside, entangle each, you win. Bottom player, or excuse me, receiving player, all you have to do at any time is steal inside position. You have to get both your feet to the inside of your partner's legs at any time. You win the game. Change top to bottom every time somebody wins. You good? Let's work. You know what entanglements are, my man? Kind of. Just show me, so I know your mind is in the right spot. So you gotta have an ankle. Where do you want your feet attached? Show me. To the hip, right? But look, I want you to get, see, look how far away you are. I want you to get so close you can't get any closer to him when you lock your feet. So put that foot on the outside, get as close as you can. Lock your feet closer. This would be outside entanglement. It just means your feet are on the outside. Another way you could do it is put that foot to the middle of his legs and connect to his hip with your knee and your foot right here. Close as you can. Put your foot and knee near each other. Good. So try either of those, but I want you to get as close as you can. Okay. All right? Thank you. Yep. All this training you missed out on. Boom.
Oh, nice. No, when you got yours in there.
Getting into entanglements, we're going to challenge it one more time. This one's going to be the opposite of what we've done. So we're going to have the standing player. And now, with the guarded player, we're going to be connected with one hook on the inside, supported by the outside hook. You can start with either your left hand or right hand, I don't care, but your feet are crossed behind your partner's butt cheek to start the game. Now, in order for an entanglement to count, you have to get to inside position. So, and again, these don't have to happen in order because they can happen in different orders. Have to be met. That's it. All right? So, starting feet crossed around the butt. Again, you can use all destabilization tactics, however you want to get them to the floor. But again, feet to the inside, attachment to the hip, kind of destabilize to the butt, to their butt. Yeah? Now, top player, all you have to do is to collect 3 outsides. So, outside one side, touch with the shin, outside other, touch with the shin, outside other, touch the shin. They don't have to be consecutive. Take your time. But once you get bop, 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 top player, you win. Yeah? Again, the bottom player only has to do it once. Down, legs in, entangle, once. And then we change top to bottom. Easy enough? Last one. Let's work.
Everybody else likes doing
My whole leg is sweaty now, Sully. Golly. All I did was bump into it. Finally!
I'm getting cooked.